My child, pause for a moment and let these words sink deep into your heart. What if every trial you've endured, every silence you've shed in the quiet of the night, every season where you felt so far from my presence, was not a random hardship but a deliberate part of my grand design? Imagine if those moments you saw as dead ends weren't rejections at all, but protective pauses I orchestrated to build your strength for the magnificent shift that's unfolding right now. This isn't mere coincidence, my dear one. You haven't stumbled into this place by accident. There's a holy invitation resonating through the spiritual realms at this very instant, the call that was etched into the fabric of eternity long before you took your first breath. It's timed perfectly for activation today, and it's addressed directly to you. For years, well-meaning voices around you have urged patience, whispering that your breakthrough would come in due time. But what if I shared a profound secret that some guardians of blessings might prefer remained hidden? What if the systems built to keep you in endless anticipation are on the verge of crumbling under the weight of my eternal will? As you absorb these words, feel the atmosphere around you transforming. That subtle shift you sense isn't fairy anticipation. It's the vibration of my heavenly hosts aligning themselves to support you. Prepare your spirit, for I'm about to reveal something that will forever change how you view the path I've laid out before you. I know you're here because your soul resonates with this moment. What's about to be revealed has been veiled from many, preserved in my sacred timing. Those who seem to attract abundance effortlessly have tapped into this truth, but today, the veil lifts for you. Your journey ahead doesn't start when you deem yourself ready. It ignites the instant I declare you prepared, and that declaration has just been made. The real question isn't about your worthiness, whether you'll have the courage to receive it, even when it defies every worldly notion of how my favor manifests. Your divine invitation is calling out. The appointed hour has arrived. Your true life adventure begins today. What if all the teachings on my timing were subtly crafted to trap you in perpetual waiting? What if those counseling patients benefited from your extended struggles? What if I issued a proclamation so powerful it shattered every delay, every excuse, every barrier erected against your progress? The revelation I'm about to impart will reshape your vision of the days ahead. I've issued the call, and only the prepared hearts can hear it. There's a resonant frequency echoing across the boundless eternity, a pivotal marker established before the world's foundation, now springing into action. This isn't a soft whisper to rouse you from slumber. It's a thunderous decree that pierces through decades of sorrow, slices away years of doubt about my awareness of you, and demolishes the falsehoods insisting on endless patience. This call doesn't echo in your ears but vibrates within your spirit. If you're feeling that inner stirring right now, that electric surge coursing through your being, it's the activation of your divine season. You've sought signs for so long, my child. You've poured out prayers begging for confirmation, crying out, "When will it be my turn?" And the responses always circled back to wait, be patient. But ponder this. What if patience wasn't my prescription for this juncture? What if every postponement was a counterfeit illusion meant to divert you from the abundance I've prepared? What if your preparation phase has concluded and your era of harvest has truly dawned? Your season has pivoted. The cosmic clock has aligned with your unique coordinates. The invisible timer ticking in the background of your existence has reached zero. This isn't just any summons, it's yours, inscribed with your name, intertwined with your destiny, fused to your life's narrative. Envision with me, my beloved. In the heavenly courts, there's an ancient chronometer, not tracking fleeting seconds but the pivotal turns of lives and the unfolding of fates. A specific indicator was set for your elevation, your breakthrough, your shift from scarcity to overflow. That indicator has just triggered. Its resonance is so potent it's unraveling the foundations of every limitation imposed on you. It's dissolving outdated cycles, unlocking what was sealed, and dismantling ceilings that capped your potential. Yet what sets this summons apart from other messages you've encountered is its transformative power. This isn't about fleeting inspiration or motivational sparks that fade into another cycle of waiting. This is about activation, real, tangible change. When my divine call resounds, it doesn't merely awaken, it propels your ordained path into motion. It doesn't just stir your emotions, it reshapes your reality. It doesn't only bolster your faith, it initiates your reception. Doors long bolted against you are receiving their keys. Resources earmarked in my storehouses, labeled with your essence, are being dispatched. This isn't a trial run, my child. This is your sacred summons. Grasp this crucial insight. Not everyone can attune to it. It's calibrated to a precise wavelength, audible only to those I've groomed for this exact convergence. It reaches those who persevered in faithfulness amid the weight, who endured trials with resilience, who clung to belief when the world screamed surrender. If you feel it stirring within, if your spirit quickens, if an inexplicable knowing wells up, if tears form because you sense this is yours, then you're not just ready, you're launched. This call emanates from my throne, personalized for you. Do you hear my voice in this? Does your purpose ignite? Can you feel how every hardship, every tear, every overlooked moment forged you for this? This is the end of your waiting season. This is the dawn of your abundance. This is me declaring your battles concluded. Your authentic journey commences now. But what follows the summons? What transpires when I proclaim your delays over? That's where the narrative expands into realms beyond your wildest dreams. There comes a threshold, my child, where my tolerance for your hindrances exhausts. What happens when I, the sovereign creator, survey your circumstances and decree, enough? What unfolds when my righteous indignation surges against the forces restraining my own? In a defining instant, unseen realms shifted in ways unseen for generations. I rose from my throne, the very air thickening with my intensity against you, but for you. Understand this, my precious one. Opposing forces have schemed against you, thriving on your stagnation, intent on thwarting the life I envision. These weren't haphazard events. Shadowy influences profited from your frustration. But when I intervene, when the architect of all takes your cause personally, the landscape transforms utterly. My decree wasn't whispered to you alone. It thundered across oppositions, declaring, "This beloved is advancing, and nothing shall hinder." Listen intently, for this will touch you deeply. The struggles, financial strains, relational voids, health battles, career roadblocks weren't accidental. They were orchestrated resistance. Yet even resistance bows to my established order. There's a divine statute limiting how long what's yours can be withheld unjustly. That limit is reach. Losses return amplified. Thefts repay with interest. Delays accelerate under my hand. Remarkably, this decree echoed through Themapis, the present, future. Ancestral prayers for your bloodline are answered. For Abersi, faithfulness bears fruit in you. Ancient seeds now harvest your reward. This transcends personal gain. It's generational restoration, elevating your lineage from survival to thriving. Do you feel the internal shift? That's not anxiety, it's holy expectancy. Your spirit knows what your mind is grasping. You're transformed. Your life's blueprint has realigned, your purpose clarified anew. Crucially, my interventions aren't gradual. When I act, breakthroughs flood in suddenly, defying logic. Abundance surges like a breached dam. Favor envelops like a storm cloud. Opposers will learn the peril of blocking my favor. Every sealed door bursts open, severed ties mend stronger, stolen opportunities return multiplied. This is your turning point, not despair, but divine intervention. As in ancient tales of impossible deliverances, chains shatter, paths emerge, freedom arrives forcefully. But the decree was just the prelude. What follows is a cascade remaking your world. Consider why adversity predated your awareness of purpose. Why did pain precede favor? Why target an innocent believer? The answer reaffirms your story. You weren't attacked for weakness, but for destined greatness. A cosmic war raged over you from conception. In spiritual realms, darkness plots your downfall while heaven orchestrates victory. Both recognize your profound propositions, tremble at your name. In eternal ledgers, your name holds pre-creation promises, covenants, inheritances, provisions. These aren't mere gifts, they're birthrights. Darkness, glimpsing your scripted abundance, launched preemptive strikes. Trials in youth weren't abandonment but resistance to your potential. Why target insignificance? You entered life with embedded destiny, instantly noted in unseen realms. Tears of confusion, nights of isolation were battles over your value. Resistance proves worth. Darkness fears you, my child, because your rise sparks chain reactions. Your wealth funds my kingdom. Your influence inspires. Your testimony exposes lies. They intensified as you neared breakthrough, doubt peaking before dawn. But their nightmare unfolds, your awakening, reclaiming. The battle intensifies, but victory is sealed. Your inheritance is decreed, a transfer imminent. Will you boldly claim it? This climax stemmed from your darkest moment when you felt unseen. I focused on your elevation. What if your most forsaken instant was when I pivoted fully toward you? What if a forgotten, seemingly insignificant act of obedience unlocked abundance? What if it all began with something small you dismissed? Recall not triumphs but hidden surrenders, forgiving silently, showing kindness to foes, aiding strangers without reciprocation. You thought them private, forgot, but I record every unseen faithfulness. I respond in secret, orchestrating behind scenes. That minor faith act rippled spiritually, drawing nothing just mine, but from influencers with means to transform your path. Unseen and seen worlds interconnect. Your obedience creates waves, reaching distant benefactors. You felt inexplicable urges to help authors. This is my orchestration from someone's faithfulness. Now it's your turn. A benefactor approaches, compelled by your hidden devotion. They won't explain their pull, but I know it's from those unnoticed moments. Your private pleas, choices of trust over feathers are shifted realms. Every faith step petitions my intervention, sowing seeds now ripening. That insignificant act weighed heavily in my sight, initiating your shift. What if closed doors weren't rejections but redirections? Departures not losses but space making for grandeur. I've initiated your relocation not just physically, but spiritually, emotionally, relationally, from survival to thriving. You sense it. Restlessness with status quo, burdens in old roles, draining connections. This isn't ingratitude, it's my guidance toward nourishment. You're not unstable, you're outgrowing limitations. Past places define you by struggles, new ones by provision. Opposers thought to crush you, but I turned it. Closed paths protected, delays timed readiness. Disquiet confirms transition. Prepare, clear space in heart and mind. Release expired dreams, embrace unknown. Your compass points to overflow. What if chased riches distracted from innate wealth? True abundance starts in belief, not possessions. Your zenzi deep feelings, keen perceptions isn't curse but gift. I designed it for purpose. You felt too much, doubted yourself. But now resilience shines. Tears birthed prayers, weights empowered intercession. You've become a vessel of my strength. Opposers misunderstood, but you rise. Hidden in me, attacks rebound. Old vulnerabilities shielded, darkness can't locate you. Elevated, your unthinkable victory without strife. Your presence shifts atmospheres, quiet strength prevails. Stay here, explain less, embody more. Chaos can't touch your peace. Finally, resistance ends. Doors open wide. Nudges guide, receive wisely. Steward faithfully, flow sustains. Walk with me, steps reveal purpose. My child, this message extends far beyond these words, for my love for you is boundless. Let me elaborate further on the depths of this divine summons. Imagine the universe as a vast symphony, where every note, every pause, contributes to a harmonious whole. Your life is a key melody in this symphony, and the delays you've experienced were like extended rests, building tension for a crescendo of glory. Those who advised patience were often echoing human wisdom, but my wisdom transcends time. I've seen the end from the beginning, and I assure you, the waiting was not in vain. It refined you, like gold in fire, purifying your faith and character. Think about the biblical heroes of old Joseph in the pit, David fleeing Saul, Esther in the palace. Their stories mirror yours. Seasons of obscurity prepared them for thrones. Your pits have been classrooms of resilience, teaching you to trust my unseen hand. Now, as the summons sounds, it's your turn to rise. The energy you feel is my spirit quickening within you, aligning your heartbeat with heaven's rhythm. Expanding on the hidden battles, consider how the enemy operates. He doesn't waste efforts on the inconsequential. Your early trials were strategic assaults because he foresaw the threat you posed to his kingdom. But I, your father, have been your shield. Every arrow aimed at you was deflected or turned into a stepping stone. Remember the psalmist's words, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper." This isn't poetry, it's promise. In the spiritual ledger, your victories are already tallied, outweighing any losses. Now about those small acts of faith. Let's delve deeper. Suppose you once chose to forgive a deep betrayal, not for show, but in the solitude of your heart. That forgiveness wasn't just emotional release. It was a spiritual transaction, depositing equity in heaven's bank. Or that time you gave your last dollar to a stranger in need, I multiplied it in ways you can't yet see. These acts create divine connections, drawing people of influence into your orbit. Perhaps a business leader, moved by an inexplicable prompting, decides to mentor you. Or a distant relative, touched by my spirit, includes you in an inheritance. These aren't accidents. They're orchestrated responses to your faithfulness. As for your transition, picture it as a migration of the soul. Like birds sensing seasonal changes, your spirit detects the shift. Old nests no longer suffice because I've prepared a vast sky for you to soar. This move might involve physical relocation, a new job, city, or community, but it's primarily internal. You're shedding limiting beliefs, like a snake its skin, emerging renewed. In this new space, relationships will flourish not on superficial ground, but on shared purpose. You'll attract allies who see your value, not your past pains. Touching on your inner richness, let's explore how your sensitivity is a superpower. In a world numb to subtlety, you perceive nuances others miss. This empathy allows you to intercede powerfully, standing in gaps for the hurting. It's no coincidence. I wired you this way to be my hands and heart. Embrace it without apology. Your depth isn't a liability, it's your legacy. In this elevated state, protection is profound. You're cloaked in my presence, invisible to adversarial radar. Attacks fizzle before impact like rain on a force field. This doesn't mean trials cease, but they lose power over you. Your responses are measured, your peace unshakable. You're a beacon, drawing the lost while repelling darkness. As doors open, steward wisely. Abundance isn't for hoarding but multiplying. Invest in others as you've been invested in. The flow will continue, a river of blessing sustaining generations. My child, there's so much more. Let me paint vivid pictures. Imagine standing at the edge of a canyon, the winds of change whispering promises. You've crossed deserts of doubt, and now the promised land gleams. Or think of a seed buried in dark soil, enduring winter's chill, only to burst forth in spring's warmth. You are that seed now sprouting. Delve into generational aspects. Your ancestors' prayers, perhaps a grandmother's midnight intercessions, or a father's steadfast faith have a compounded interest in heaven. I'm cashing them in for you, breaking cycles of lack, ushering in legacy wealth. On health battles, those were refining fires, teaching dependence on me. Now wholeness flows, body and soul aligned. Financially, expect sudden shifts to cancel, opportunities abound. But remember, true wealth is stewardship, not accumulation. Relationally, isolation ends. Divine connections form bonds forged in fire, unbreakable. Spiritually, your intimacy with me deepens. Prayers once whispered become bold declarations, moving mountains. This summons isn't one time. It's a lifelong echo guiding every step. Listen daily, respond faithfully. My love envelops you. Rest in it. Your story inspires multitudes, a testament to my faithfulness.